free astrotheology course. All right. Our textbook is The Gospel and the Zodiac. The Gospel and the Zodiac, the secret truth about JC, the Christ figure. Take a look at it. The free link to the PDF, the link to the free PDF is in the description area of this video, y'all. Okay, but you can buy it. If y'all want to buy the book, it is on Amazon. I checked it. It is on Amazon. And it's very affordable. So, and then there's a second version. I think this is the 2006 version. But there's another one. So if y'all get that version, it should have more information in it. I'm gonna get it if I can get it shipped to Vietnam, then I'm gonna have it shipped here. But I don't know if Amazon ships to Vietnam. But anyway, welcome everybody. I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. We are in the portion of the astrotheology course where we are going through the inserted book, which is the forgotten language of the stars. It begins on page 28, and we're right now on page 29. So the thumbnail for this video, I got from figure 2 on page 30. It is a detail of the rose window at Lausanne Cathedral, Switzerland, somewhere around 1230, the year 1230. All right, depicting the image mundi, and it says image of the world. All right, so I wanted to go through that, but I didn't get a chance to last night. Y'all know I have an extremely busy schedule. I do these videos in between everything else that I'm doing. So I hope y'all can appreciate that if I schedule and if I'm a no-show. But I need to improve on that. But sometimes I'm just tired, or sometimes I just can't get there to be able to do it. So that's what the deal is. All right. Sometimes it's just not possible. All right, but I'll figure it out. I need to get a studio. Yeah, but I do so much running around, y'all. All right, and it's not for fun either. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the picture in figure 2 when I get on my laptop. Definitely today. I'm free in the afternoon for the rest of the day. So definitely today, I'm gonna go home and get into this image. But for now, let's continue to page 30, and then the first paragraph, all right, y'all? So again, this is the forgotten language of the stars, and I am excited about doing this book because this gives you introductory information. And almost nobody has access to introductory or background historical information on astrotheology, right? So it's rare, and it'll get your mind right, as it were. So let's begin. Given the widespread influence of astrology on virtually every aspect of life in the ancient world, who was in power in the ancient world? It was the autochthonous Moors. Genesis chapter 2, those of us who are sprung from the soil. Okay? So what the author is telling us is that this is part of our heritage that was taken away from us. Y'all see? It's part of our heritage, and it was taken away from us. So for you religious people and you Hebrew Israelites and Christians, those of you who think that studying the cosmos is wicked and evil, how about you put your cell phone down? How about you give up your YouTube, your social media channel, all your social media accounts? How about stop using them if it's so evil? How about that? Because those devices are the result of the study of natural things, natural phenomena. Period. Period. Y'all ever know that, realize, or are you, I'm sure you've heard it, but are you aware? NASA's always sending, claiming at least, they're sending satellites into space, and they're doing research, and this basic research they expect is going to transform science. And in many cases, they have come up with research that has greatly advanced science, modern day science, right? Now, what's wrong with that? Our ancestors were scientists and engineers, but they have been misrepresented as being religious. And all of you Hebrew Israelites and Christians who can't get that through your, let me rephrase that. Who believe the myth put out by your oppressors, that our ancient ancestors were so stupid, so unintelligent, that they worshiped the sun and the moon, bowed down to them. I want y'all to think about that. You think about a man or a woman bowing down to the moon or the sun. That doesn't make sense. Would you do it? Let me ask you, would you go out there and bow down to the sun? Would you go out there and bow down to the moon? Literally bow down? Literally worship them? Come on. Would you teach your son, would you teach your heirs to bow down to a tree, to a star, a planet? Obviously you would not, because that's ridiculous. And that's another thing. When you hear these claims and accusations, ask yourself, would you do it? And if your answer is no, chances are that they also wouldn't do it, right? Okay, so you superfine Hebrew Israelites and Christians, give up all your technology, because I'm going to tell you something. Modern scientists, you better believe they're religious. You better believe they're religious. They have their whole series of secret rituals and secret ceremonies and doctrines, all of it intended, established for the purpose of keeping the autochthonous Moors in perpetual servitude and detached from nature, ignorant, religified, and therefore having nature itself punish you. And you better believe this, nature does not have mercy. Nature does not have mercy for those who violate those principles. All right? Let's continue. One more again. Given the widespread influence of astrology on virtually every aspect of life in the ancient world, y'all got that? Cosmic energy is everywhere. So of course it's going to influence everything. All right? Just because you don't have time and you've been conditioned not to appreciate or even care about what's happening around you, y'all know that if you're not aware of what's happening around you, that means you're not aware of reality. Are y'all aware of that? What is that called when you are not aware of reality? You're not functioning well, right? Might you be a little bit cray-cray? If you're not dealing with reality well, you're not perceiving reality. I'm not talking about what your doctor said. I'm talking about what actually is. Y'all, you take a fish out of water. Take a fish out of water and see how that fish reacts. Take a worm out of the soil, out of moist soil, put him on the ground in the sunlight. See what's going to happen to that worm. Take a man or a woman out of nature. What do you think is going to happen to that man or that woman? It is strange that most Orthodox Jewish, that is religion, not bloodline, Orthodox Jewish and Christian commentators. Who are these Jewish and Christian commentators? These are the ones who have the pen. These are the ones who either translate your Hebrew and Christian scriptures or influence the translators. How do they influence? Through their literature. You get the translator who's reading their literature. And you, my friend, you have no literature. Nobody can go and read your literature such that they would be influenced and it would affect how they render a word or a verse. You have no literature. You have no say. None. That's why nobody respects you and people laugh at you when you talk about a Hebrew Israelite movement or Christian awakening or Hebrew Israelite awakening. The so-called prophets produce literature. Yes. Those of you who are worshiping prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, all of them, they produce literature. Oddly enough, JC did not. So where's your literature? Where's your commentaries? Don't talk about some template that you purchased and filled in the blanks. Where's your literature, your original literature? You have none. And that's a shame. And it's an indication of a sham and a scam. Y'all talk. Your forefathers produced literature, why haven't you? If you're authentic. So you don't have a voice. But I'm giving you a voice. I produce literature. Check the links in the description area of this video. I'm also inviting everyone, the masses, to support the project that I have to write the book of the law in Ancient Ibaryath and modern English, to include the etymological meaning of every word, to show how I render every word, to show the rough sentence and the finished sentence. If there's enough support, I'll take you through the word morphology, step 1, step 2, step 3, just like I've done in my books. If y'all don't know how my books look, you can buy them. The links are in the description area of the video. Buy them on zionlawschool.org. Don't buy them on Amazon or any other online venue because they take too much money out. All right? They take too much money out. It's really not worth selling your books on those platforms. But people expect your books to be there, right? Amazon will hit you with so many fees that you will regret that you sold your product, your book rather, on Amazon. All right? So y'all support it. If you don't appreciate the power of books, of written literature, I think that might be the problem with our people. They don't understand the powerful impact that literature has. Also, the indifferent towards themselves and self-hatred, and the disdain in most cases for education, formal education and learning. Because the experience in the public school system is so negative, it turns our people away from literature and into entertainment, TV, radio, posters, anything that you don't have to read. But I was once ignorant too. So I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at the situation. Either you're gonna laugh or you're gonna cry, right? And I'm not gonna cry. But anyway, y'all, it's high time we get past that. High time we get past it. Books will never go out of style. Books are the most effective way of learning. Why? Because our brains are wired to read and write. But anyway, you can support the project. Ask other people to support it. My PayPal is paypal.me/Zion Law School. So don't use my Cash App because the account should be closed. It will not go through, okay? If it does go through, cancel it because that account is closed, okay? So right now I only have PayPal. I have to figure out what are the other options that I have, okay? But you can also support by buying my literature. all right, or enrolling in my classes. Let's continue. It is strange that the most Orthodox Jewish, not just Orthodox, but the most Orthodox Jewish and Christian commentators, failing to find any examples of a narrowly defined system of stellar divination in its pages. In other words, astrotheology or astrology is all through the scriptures. All through the scriptures. It affected almost every aspect, if not every aspect, of daily life. Before the hybrids came into power. How is it that the most conservative Jewish Bible commentators and Christian commentators and Jewish and Christian translators, how is it that they missed it? All of it. Or why did they hide it? See, why did they hide it? This is what the author is saying here. Okay, so the fact that they hid it or claimed to miss it, of course they hid it, right? Let's continue. Seems to assume, they hid it, so it seems to assume that the Bible is uniquely free of astrology's influence. This leads to the curious irony of Christian fundamentalists sporting the Piscean fish logo on their lapels and on their cars while loudly proclaiming that astrology is a tool of Satan. All right, so this author, I wonder what they did to piss off this author. I wonder what they did to him to make him tell. Oh boy, oh boy. He's certainly telling on him, ain't he? Okay, so let me recap that because it's quite funny. Astrotheology or astrology permeated the ancient world in all areas of life, right? All areas of life was affected by or governed by astrology, okay? Yet, the most conservative, Jewish, that's religion, Christian, that's religion, the most conservative of them, that means that they stick to the scriptures. That's what's meant by orthodox. They stick to the scriptures. Somehow or another, astrology didn't affect the people in the Bible in any way whatsoever. So you find no direct references to astrology. In fact, where constellations are mentioned, such as the Pleiades, well, actually, I cannot say that. Y'all, go to Bible Hub. I think it's Job 38. I don't remember the exact chapter. Maybe Job 38. But go take a look through that and read through it. But look at it in multiple, maybe 15 or 20 different versions of the Bible and see how they render those verses. Okay? So they don't give direct reference and an explanation of these verses that contain constellations. And especially the solar references, See, all of that is hidden from you. Hidden. Very much hidden. But where is it shown prominently that the author admits? They have the nerve to wear lapels. Pin, you know, the pin lapel right here. The Christians. It's two fish. Two fish, they have the nerve to wear that. Representing Christianity. Well, what is it? It's astrology. That's Pisces. But they tell you that astrology is of the devil. Did they lie? Did they lie, y'all? Is astrology of the devil? Let's see. Let's see where you all are. Is astrology of the devil? Let me read this. This leads to the curious irony of Christian fundamentalists. That means they're dealing with the basics, right? Stay with the basics, don't change nothing. This leads to the curious irony of Christian fundamentalists sporting the Piscean fish logo on their lapels and on their cars, while loudly proclaiming to the congregation, that astrology is a tool of Satan. Is astrology a tool of Satan? Is it satanic? So, think about that. Is astrology satanic? How are you thinking right now? Okay, so that's one level. Most people are going to give an answer based in traditional doctrine, right? They're going to say, yes, it is satanic. Or they're going to say, no, it is not satanic. But in any event, that's based upon doctrine. Okay? But now let's look at the summer solstice and the winter solstice. Do it again. Okay? So here we have a line. At the top, June 21st, summer solstice. This is the Christ. The Christ, right? At the bottom of the line, December 21st, this is the devil, right? The devil, December 21st. June 21st, same line. This is the end, the extreme end of the line. That is the Christ. This is the opposite opposing Satan. Right? This is the opposite opposing end of the same line. Opposite opposing Satan. Satan is the opposer of God. Satan is the same line, but at the opposite extremity. I hope y'all get what I'm trying to say to you. I hope you see what I'm trying to say to you, or at least see the point that I was trying to demonstrate. Christ and Satan is one. Christ and Satan is one. The Christ acts in honor at all costs. To act in honor is to keep the Most High's commandments at all costs. The devil and Satan is dishonor. Period. Dishonor. Dishonor is to not follow the Most High's commandments. You break the law when you're in dishonor. The cowards are in dishonor. Those people who do not know who they are in dishonor. You're in dishonor. If someone can yell at you, scream at you, present information, or just throw doubt your way, and you start to question who you are, stumbling over your words, afraid, you're in dishonor. You don't know who you are. The way to know who you are is through study and practice, right? Through study and through practice. Man up, woman up. Don't let somebody punk you out of your birthright, right? That comes through study and practice. So when you study, when you cut off the television, disassociate yourself with negative music, negative lyrics. When you disassociate, and I'm talking about not just the hip hop or rap or whatever they call it these days, but I'm talking about the religion, the gospel music, the church, the sermons. If you're into the books, you have to cut yourself off from that. Give your mind time to connect with nature. Go outside. Take your shoes off. I know I keep saying that, but that's one of the best things you can do for yourself. Go outside, barefoot. Walk in the grass. Put your feet in the dirt. Pick up a piece of fruit on the tree or it fell off the ground and dust it off just like I know I used to do when I was a child. Dust it off and eat it. Most of y'all are afraid to do that because you've been brainwashed by modern day so-called scientists. I told y'all that that's religion, whether you believe me or not. They're lying to you. They're teaching you a doctrine to fear nature. Most people nowadays are afraid of epidemics and pandemics. Afraid of it. But yet they don't take any special hygienic precautions. What does that tell you? What does it tell you? It tells you that they've been influenced by the media to be afraid of nature. I have one friend, I won't say my friend's name. We had a conversation. I told her one of the things that I do. When I'm walking around, if I see a plant, a tree, whatever, a flower, I'll pick it, pick some leaves, right? Take it home and make a tea. And I suggested to her that if she wanted to try it, she could. Just go to a forest. This is in the U.S., North America. Go to a forest. Go to a metro park. Go to any park where you know they don't spray chemicals. And you get you some leaves, some bark, some roots. You know, you just go get your stuff. Take it home, make a tea. Man, she was scared to death. What if I get poisoned? What if I get poisoned? Just afraid of nature. And this is most of our people's mindset. We are afraid of nature. You've been conditioned to think that if it's not in a pharmacy, if it's not in a grocery store, if it's not produced by the hybrid and packaged, it's poison or could endanger your life, when exactly the opposite is true. Y'all see how you've been brainwashed and that science is used as a religion, teaching lies? It's a fear-mongering. And of course, they need to keep you afraid because it's easy to lead you. You're looking for a leader because you're scared. And most people, when they're afraid, and the people in the mindset that they are in now, detached from nature, you start looking for leaders because you don't know how to lead, and you don't know nothing about nature. And you don't know anything about yourself. And that's by design, all right? That's why you are chattel, cattle, stakes on the table in their eyes, because you are out of harmony with nature. So there's no mistake in that, all right? That's where they got you where they want you to be. All right, so the religious leaders, the Christians, got the nerve to wear a fish symbol or Pisces in their lapel. They tell you that it's a tool of Satan. But they don't tell you that Christ and Satan is the same. So they wear it on their lapel. Some are even surprised to learn that the dates of Christendom's principal festivals, Christmas, December 25th, and Easter, that's the spring or vernal equinox, usually going to be somewhere around March 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Something like that, y'all. Are determined by reference to astronomical cycles. December 21st, December 21st, winter solstice. The sun doesn't descend southward anymore. Apparently, it's going horizontally, not ascending or descending, but appearing to stand still because no shadow is being cast on the sundial from December 21, 22, 23, 24 until 12 midnight, December 24, which is the beginning of December 25th. Now, the sundial shadow moves a full 1 degree. So that means the sun has ascended, moved northward, sprang northward, heading toward spring, sprang northward, a full 1 degree as observed on the sundial. Therefore, the sun has been resurrected. Although dead for 3 days, or presumed dead for 3 days, because for 3 days there was no movement on the sundial. This is why all of the deities are born on December 25th. Easter or Passover for the Jewish. The sun, imagine this line right here is the celestial equator. The celestial equator is a projection of the equator, the imaginary line, on Earth, 0 degrees. Project that out into space. Imagine this is it. Imagine my fist is the sun springing upward. Okay, December 25th, the sun is springing upward. Now it's right on 0 degrees, right on the celestial equator, right there. Okay? This is the Passover. Y'all see? My hand, which is the sun, is passing over that line right here. This is the Passover. The Passover celebration. The sun is springing, passing over the celestial equator. Somewhere around March 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is also in Christianity, Easter, Christ resurrected. The sun is passing over. So some people may be confused. Well, if December 25th, Christ was resurrected, why are they celebrating the resurrection here? Well, because they kind of like don't have a choice, because the Jewish people took the Passover. The sun is passing over the celestial equator. Y'all see it? This is the celestial equator. It's passing over it. So the Christians just say, well, we can't do the Jewish thing, so we got to come up with our own thing. This is Christ's resurrection. All right? And then in the autumn, let me demonstrate this. This is still the celestial equator. In the autumn, the sun is falling below, moving north. Y'all got it? The sun is going southward. This is the vernal equinox when the sun is on 0 degrees. This is Christ crucified. The sun crosses below the celestial equator. All right? So the vernal equinox, the sun is passing over northward. And then the fall equinox or the autumn equinox, the sun is falling below. Okay? Anyway, it is what it is, y'all. Let's continue. Christmas and Easter are determined by reference to astronomical cycles. We just reviewed them. Christmas is celebrated at the time of the winter solstice. The winter solstice, that's Satan. That's the devil. Evil with it, dark and evil. Take the D off of dark and prefix it to evil, you get devil. All right, so Christmas is celebrated at the time of the winter solstice when the sun enters Capricorn. Y'all watch the videos, watch the presentations that I did on Capricorn. Y'all watch them. Watch them. But actually, don't study them well. Study them well. And Easter Sunday is the first Sunday after the first full moon. Let me repeat that. Easter Sunday is the first Sunday after the first full moon following the spring equinox. Okay? It's associated with the moon. Easter Sunday is the first Sunday after the first full moon. That's astronomical reference point number one. Following the spring equinox, astronomical reference point 2, i.e. when the sun is in Aries. Aries the lamb. The majority, let me rephrase that. The major Jewish festivals are also based on solar and lunar cycles. Okay, so you Hebrew Israelites and you Christians, now that's the facts. That's the facts, hardcore facts. For centuries. And beyond that, beyond Christianity and the Jewish religion, it goes back millennia. Millennia. But yet you say that astrology is evil. You hypocrite. You hypocrite. Especially those of you who are in the inner house, teaching those people who are outside lies. You initiates who are teaching lies to the masses and living off of them. Kirk, Cersei, Church, Dogon, Raphael. Maritime law, New Testament, chants, incantations, enchantments, gospel music, your disgusting sermons, you disgusting little individual, you lazy bum. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you. If you'd like to support my work, I'm Dr. Issapa from Zion Law School. Support me by buying my books. I think I have 8 books. Y'all can click on the links to buy my books. You can enroll in the 101 Ancient Ibaryath class to get you started. You don't need any Hebrew education. Okay, you just get in, start where you are. It's $10 per month to subscribe, cancel anytime, no contract. It's going to be one of the most profoundly educational experiences that you have had, if you can deal with it. Many people will experience or undergo cognitive dissonance because of your education or your indoctrination. But try to get through it, try to study it, because what you're going to see in many cases may shock you. All right? So you'll get what y'all call Hebrew word studies or Ibaryath word studies. That's where you'll see me unlock meaning that you didn't know was there. You'll get the grammar, everything. This is a powerful introductory course, and it's intense. All right? I just don't see how it is that everybody hasn't subscribed to it, other than the fact that some people are more comfortable being in oppression. All right? Anyway, I teach a class on Sundays, on Saturday. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I teach a live online class, 506 The Curses course, where we go into Deuteronomy chapter 28. This is part of the contract, or what y'all call it in religion, the Mosaic Law. I teach that. I teach the Ibaryath, and y'all can see for yourself how you've been played, how you have been played. All right? Meaning lied to, manipulated, disrespected, etc., etc., etc. I also, where appropriate, I go into natural law and all aspects of that, okay? Even constitutional law, sometimes we go into the Constitution, but that's another class. I did a class on that a while ago. I'm going to start that back up. I just got to figure out how to schedule all of this stuff, you know. But we need it as a people. We need to know law, including constitutional law. Islam to the Moors, I'm Dr. Yasapa Shalawama, y'all. I need to sleep. That's why I'm having trouble pronouncing my words, because my body's tired. So let me run, y'all. I got an appointment.